Welcome back to a brand new episode of Mastering Programming. In today's episode, I'm going to show you something that I actually struggled to do with so long, but then I figured it out and I thought, why not teach it to everyone else? So what I'm trying to show in this tutorial is how to add images as materials to objects or 3D objects specifically using Spline. It seems very easy and it's meant to be very easy, but for some reason I did struggle with it a lot. So I thought I would show it. Now I'm going to show you how you can add an image to a 3D object, but I'm also going to show you how you can add multiple images to different sides or different areas of the object. So to get started, all I'm going to do is first, let's just remove this rectangle from here. And instead, let's add a 3D object. So I'm just going to add a cube like this. And so if I just rotate it, you can see that it's just a cube at the moment. If I click over here, you can see that it is the same color across all sides. Now I can go over here and on the right side, just over here, you can see that we've got material. And adding an image gets considered as adding material. Now, first of all, you can add a color. But as you can see at the moment, if I change any of the colors, it affects the entire object. So if I go from any different perspective or any different view, it's blue across all of them. And so if I want to change it, let's start with this one. Now I want to set it up to be an image. So what I will do is straight away, I will just click on color and I will change it from color into an image, just like this. Now you can see that at the moment, the entire object is set as the image. And so if I go ahead and add an image to this, so let's click over here and click upload. And I'm just going to select the, let's say, this image of the car. You'll see that if I click play, the same image is on all sides. So first of all, this is how you can add an image to a 3D object, and it looks pretty cool. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. It's across all of them. But what if I want to add a different image on different sides? Now what we can do is, again, let's go ahead and click over here, and you can see that we have different options. Now the main one that we're going to be playing around with is the UV one. Now everything else, there is actually different things that you can do, and I'll show you what we can do with those. But for now, UV applies the same image across all surfaces. But if I go ahead here and change it to planar, now you can see that something different happens. So you can see that it's trying to sort of change it around where it's one image, but it's just stretched across the same object. And so what we can do is we can set it up to planar, and then we can choose where we want to apply it. So I'm going to put front, and that way if I rotate it, you can see that it's only in one side. It's only now showing on this side, but it's still wrapping across the entire view. So let's play around. First of all, let's just change it like this. And let's play around with some of the different options. So I'm going, instead of repeat, let's say clamp, and you can see that now it's only on one side. But there is something else. The image is still wrapping from the side, at least, on all sides. So it's wrapping across the curve, across the surface of the object. Now we can come over here. We can also change this to a mirror, and it will just mirror it. Or repeat, and it would repeat it across. So what I'll do is, let's keep it as clamp. And over here, we can choose which side we actually want to show this on. So now I set it up to Z, for example. If I set it up to back, then it will show up on this side. And you can obviously adjust the scale as you want. So we can make it fill the entire object like this. And let's make it set as front. And if I go over here, you can see that it's now on this side. Well, you might be wondering, well, how do I set up? So right now it's showing on one side, but what about the back side? Well, what we can do is we can click over here. And just how we added this one, we can actually add another image. So I'm going to click on the plus icon. And right now I added another color. So let's change this from color to image. and we can see something. Right now, this image is covering the entire thing because see how it's placed at the top? So if I grab this one and put it over here, that means that this rule will apply first. And so now we have that. But what I want to do is I want to apply this image only to the back. So if you remember, if I click over here, it's at Z front. Now let's do Z back for the second image. So, oops. So let's select that one. Let's upload an image and let's upload a different image. Let's say the black and white one. Like this. It will take a few seconds. And we can see that if we come over here and set it up as planner as well, and this time Z front or Z back, that it is showing. But let's change it to claim. And let's again change the scale until it matches. And now, if I click over here, you can see that one side has the colored version and the other side has the black and white version. And we can keep repeating this process basically to any of them. Now you can see that it is currently mirrored. And so what I can do is I can click over here and just give it a negative scaling. And here as well. Oops. There we go. And now this is in the right version and this is in the right version as well. Now, obviously, every time if you want to put something on the left or the right, then you can select your image and based on that, decide where you want to put it. And now if I go over here, it's at the top, for example. And you can keep repeating this over and over again until you have all sides basically done. This was it for the episode. I just wanted to show how you can add images to an object, but also you can add it to different sides. It is something that took me a while to achieve, but here you go. It's easy. Let me know in the comments if you have any more questions or if you would like any more specific tutorials on Spline. Thank you, and I hope to see you in the next episode.